Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna take a look at this right here. Can you see? Yeah, it's the DJI RS3. It's a gimbal for mirrorless cameras. If you saw a video from, at this point, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, you know I reviewed a gimbal recently. That one was by Tech. This one is from a better known brand known as the DJI brand. They make drones, they make gimbals, they even have some cameras out now. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, today we're gonna take a look at it, see how well it does at doing its job, you know, just stabilizing the video and everything. We won't go super in depth like with all the different features that it has, but I do want to quickly take a look at the gimbal itself and make sure it does its job correctly, right? So right off the bat, you have this box. It's a very nice box because it opens up kind of like a book, okay? And then when you open it up, you get all the inside stuff. And I love how it's all packed neatly. So you have your manual. That's what I just took out, right? Then you have this box right here and this box up here and the gimbal itself, most of it anyways, and I'll get into that real quick. But if you take out these boxes, one thing I like is that it tells you on the box what comes inside. So it says it right up there. It's just these little icons, but this box contains the battery grip, the tripod handle grip, and the plate for the actual gimbal. This other box on top, it has some cables, the camera plate, and then the lens holder, if you all have seen that. So really nicely packaged. It's very, very tiny, as you can see. And then you have the gimbal folded up. So I just took out these three things: the battery pack, the plate, and the tripod, right? One thing I love about it is that it's so easy, it's so compact, right? But then it's so easy to put together. So, you know, you can just put the tripod on here, right? And then this right here, which is the battery, you just, you know, line it up with the gimbal itself and click into place, and then you lock it with the locking mechanism and make sure that it can't come out. And that's gonna stay in place. If you want to remove the battery, whether it's to charge or whatever, you don't have to, but if you wanted to, you just turn the lock the opposite way, push the button, and it comes out. So I love that they do that, just extra security, just to make sure that it's there. And then you can fold these out, it stands up, great. And you can use this for balancing. Now, let me move these handles real quick, just a little bit, just to give it some space. And I want to show you guys one of the things that I absolutely love about the RS3, and it's the auto locking mechanism. So traditionally, when it comes to using a gimbal, before you turn it on, you have to unlock all of these three motors so that it can, you know, balance itself out. Or, well, after you balance it, you have to unlock it so that when you turn it on, it can do its job, right? Cool thing about the RS3 is that it has an auto locking and unlocking. So when you turn it on, it unlocks on its own and it's ready to go, right? It's not balanced right now, and even if it was, there's no camera on here, so it defeats the purpose. But then when you turn it off, it locks itself back up. So that's pretty cool. It saves you time because sometimes even just, you know, unlocking the 3-axis can take 10, 15, 20 seconds. So you do save about, you know, half a minute, which isn't too much, but it can be a bit of a hassle, right? And then the other thing I love about it is that when it comes to balancing, I'll just put this a little closer right here. When it comes to balancing this, One way it makes it very easy is that this plate right here, once you slide it in, it has this wheel in the back that you can use to make very, very precise adjustments. You just turn the knob and it turns. So that's pretty cool. But let's get this balanced real quick. Let's get the camera on and let's go test it out, because that's what you guys want to know. Just real quick, it has 6.6 pounds of tested payload. This in and of itself weighs just around 1.3 kilograms, which is about, I don't know, whatever I put on screen right here. We're in the US, we don't use kilograms unless you're like a physics major or something. But yeah, this just weighs around 1.3 kilograms. It can support up to 3.3 kilograms, which is around 6.6 pounds. What else? It has the 1.8-inch OLED touchscreen. Very nice, easy to use menu, by the way. And they claim that it has a 12-hour maximum battery life. I used it for a whole day on and off, but it was about for 6 hours, and I think it only went down like 15%. Like I said, I kept turning it off when it wasn't in use, but it did last me a large part of the day, and the battery barely even, went down that much. And it supports the 18-watt fast charging for full charges in just 2.5 hours. But like I said, let's get the camera on here, let's get it all balanced, and let's test it out, because that's what you guys want to see. So the gimbal's off here, which is why the image is tilted, but as soon as you turn it on, the motors unlock and it straightens itself out. Now, I really did want to put this gimbal through an even more rigorous testing than the Feiyutech, because DJI is a better known brand. So as you just saw, when you go pretty low to the ground and when you have it at a normal chest level, chest height, this does a really good job at stabilizing still. And even through a mild sprint, you could say, with this tall grass and heavy steps, this really does a good job at stabilizing. I mean, trust me, without the gimbal, it would be a lot more shaky. One thing I did notice is that, as opposed to the Feiyutech, where I mentioned there was a lot of up and down movement, with this one, there was a lot of side to side movement when stabilizing. Perhaps things that could be fixed with the micro adjustments. But I did just want to briefly point that out. I will be testing out the RS3 from DJI, so stay tuned for whenever that comes out. But yeah, this was my take on the DJI RS3. If you have the money, highly recommend it. If not, there are other options out there. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Peace.